There are winners and there are losers. So we had spring practices and minicamp, and some people came out on top and others came out as bottoms. Pause. What's up, it's your boy Cintron, come back at you with another analysis video. Kid you not, that's my name. 12 losers from the Eagles spring practices. So they took a stock report. This is part 2 of the OTAs and minicamp. And we talked about the winners. Now it's time to talk about those people who took those L's on their forehead, or apparently so, because I don't agree with this one at all. And yes, we get that, he's taking a hit to his public visage in the media because, Jalen could have defended Nick Sirianni, and higher ups even are piling on saying that, they didn't like it, the front office. But I don't believe that it's Jeffrey Lurie. I don't believe that it's our GM, Howie Roseman, because those guys are too invested, not just financially speaking, but they love him too much and believe in him, his character, way too much for them to be disappointed behind the scenes. And, this is just all the infighting that goes, behind closed doors, the mini power struggles, whatever. I don't believe it's anybody that carries a huge amount of weight, more so than those two, those two gentlemen. And because why would they leak that, behind closed doors to cause some kind of, consternation? Because it was on the precipice of us ending the minicamp and having a huge break. So there's nothing but that literally to talk about. So now that aside, he's taking a hit, but let Jalen be Jalen. And, he'll lead in his own way. He'll do things his own way, and the guys will fall in line and follow because he's had in the previous seasons, Jason Kelsey, a 13-year vet, believing in him. Why not let him lead the other guys and be the natural born leader that he is? That being said, him not being, quite ready to take on all this offense, him given a huge percentage that I don't believe, it's not tongue-in-cheek, but it's to be taken with a grain of salt, that it's 95% new, because there's so many caveats. He's giving you what he feels like giving you, because I don't feel like Jalen should give us the playbook, so to speak. He has to say something, and every little morsel that he gives you, every little tidbit, is going to be cross-analyzed and tried. You're going to try to make a 7-course meal out of it, and there just ain't that much food to go around, so to speak. But yeah, man, it's being way overblown. Jalen, he's gonna be fine. We got 3 months. They'll get down the bells and whistles, nail down, batten down the hatches, and get the fine tuning and details out of the way. But it's not gonna happen overnight. We knew this coming in, or you should have known that coming in, I should say. Next guy, Will Grier. That is an L because he is never gonna see the field. This guy here, our number 2, Kenny Pickett, will be our number 2 this year. Number 3, McKee. With those 3, we're in great place. He could be the emergency quarterback. We should keep him around for that. I wouldn't mind that. Saquon Barkley. People saying he isn't sparkling. Bro, he's a vet. What more do we need to see from him? He's given us 1,000-yard seasons. Had up and downs. Ones of course, but playing behind a porous, less talented offensive line, inferiorly coached offensive line. What we're going to see with him in Stout, in those guys, those Pro Bowlers, those All-Pros, those future Hall of Famers here in Philly, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So I don't want to hear anything else, about him getting, run for stride by stride with Zach Bond. Who the cares? They're in shorts, in shells. When training camp hits, we'll see, Saquon finding his rhythm, getting chunk yardage because he's not being touched, until the mid-level, and then juking those guys out and get to the emergency level, the safety level. So, I mean, again, it's being way overblown here. Terrion Davis-Price, he's taking L though. Fumbling in non-contact drills, quickest way to, put yourself not even in contention for the practice squad, threatening that job. So, Anaya Smith, he's looked rusty out there because he's coming off of an injury. shin injury and, sapped his play speed. And also, he hasn't been able to get reps. He's a rookie. He needs to be, getting acclimated, not coming back from an injury in his first offseason. So, passes bouncing off his hands and him muffing punts, taking himself squarely out of the punt returner picture. Let the man come along at his own pace. 5th round pick for us. And he may not sparkle this year, but he might be a piece of the puzzle moving forward as a slot exclusive. Joseph Ngata, just behind, man. He looked decent, good at times last year, but, we'll see whether he is able to pick it up in camp. But might just be another a practice squad retread. Not even a great reward because he contributed when he got called up. I think, he might just be a guy who will never make it, but, looks good in shorts. Jacob Harris, a long shot. Was always a long shot, so that really L, so to speak. He never knew he had the litter. Matt Hennessy, though, is definitely taking one. Mekhi Becton looking to be maybe our top backup at not just the exterior positions, O tackle, but being the top interior guy, except for center as well. Now, Matt Hennessy can't hang his hat. He has played center, and he played left guard as well. I think a little bit of right guard, but that being said, he might be falling behind, guys like that. And Mekhi Becton, he's talented. Don't know if he can make the position switch to guard interior, playing in the phone booth, but I wouldn't put it past him. And we also brought a guy, Max Sharping, so Matt kind of on shaky ground right now. But if anything, I think he can fall back on being a center. Nakobe Dean is coming off injury, man. It's just a bad mix. And, we brought in guys to challenge. Zach Vaughn didn't know that he was being looked at as an interior guy. But it's interesting that, Vic Fangio did talk him up. They signed him on the first day of free agency. So that points to him being a priority. And I think Nakobe's going to have to work for it. We'll see. I think he's definitely going to get, like some people said, some first team snaps just to see, what your investment is there. Because, he was a third round pick 2 years ago. But, it's way too early to give on the investment. But because next year is do or die. Because we're not going to extend him if he doesn't show himself up, at that point. Eli Ricks was a good pickup last year. But, he's, 6th, 7th on the depth chart right now fighting with Josh Jobe. He doesn't have great special teams value, so he could, like some people said, be a trade candidate, a Cade candidate. Well, that sounds super suspect, but you're not watching us, so it's all good. But yeah, man, he's one of those guys that has good potential. A former Alabama LSU guy coming in, was believed to have not tapped out his potential. So he was a good player for us last year, for what he was. And he might be a good trade bait, So we'll see if we can get anything for that. But maybe improve our roster by giving him away and then getting someone else. Maybe potentially a receiver, safety, who knows. Zach McPherson, to be honest with you, so many times I forgot this guy is even on the roster. Slated to be our backup nickel last year towards Achilles, was out for the year. Got a chance, unlike, Sean Bradley, our linebacker, who I think he tore his Achilles, and was never first from then on seen again. But I think he'll be cut just too deep this year. Last year he was I won't say begging, not begging. The man wasn't begging. He was competing for a backup spot. But yeah, this year we're just too damn talented there. And James Bradbury got hurt 2 minutes into mandatory minicamp, so that wasn't the first time he was out there, but it's the first time we saw him. That being said, he was a starter last year and plummeted all the way to, having to switch positions. Super bad sign. And his days are numbered. So teams are just waiting in the wings. They don't want to really give up value for someone they know that is, dead man walking, vultures already circling in the wagon. So I say he gets cut for nothing. If we trade him for something, that would be a huge win for us. But anyways, we're going to get up out of here. But you're not even watching them. But it's all good because I love making these videos and I love talking about the freaking stinking Philadelphia Eagles, who I love. Anyways, we'll chunk deuces officially. But as always, it's fly, Eagles fly. And let's motherfucking go. Go!
Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like.
Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron, Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.